What's going on, guys? Riley here from RP Productions, and today I'm here to talk about 8 things I hate about my 2017 Chevrolet Camaro SS. Now, if you have not already, please go check out the previous video I made, which was 7 things I love about this car. Overall, this car is absolutely fantastic. I've had so much fun with it, so don't get the wrong impression that I hate this car by any means. That's not true, but here are some things that I dislike about the car. So coming in at number 1 to start this video off is something that really pissed me off about this car, but is something that I have since fixed with a slight modification, and that is the 1st gear to 4th gear skip shift feature. All right, so here we are. Let's pretend we're at a red light, put the car in 1st gear, and I'm gonna start to move, and now you'll watch on the screen, it'll tell me shift from 1 to 4, and then it forces me into 4th gear, where I then have to sit in 4th gear. Now, sometimes that's fine going from 1 to 4. You get better fuel economy, and it's how these companies prevent a gas guzzler tax and stuff on their cars. Other times, you want to go into 2nd gear. You don't want to be in 4th gear, so it can be very annoying, and at times it could be a safety hazard. So pretty much it's just some, BS feature that's there for EPA standards and stuff like that. However, with like a $25 little piece, you can insert it into your transmission, and you are now able to shift freely however you would like. So that little $25 piece was the greatest thing I have ever bought. Totally worth it. Now for the number 2 thing I hate about this car. Just how small these windows are. Look at this. It's the size of my head. Now, yes, I'm aware I have a pretty big head, but that's not very much room. So not only is it poor visibility while sitting inside the car, trying to stick your head out the window is a complete challenge. I mean, it's seriously like an identical size of my head. Like, I will not stick my head out the window unless I come out to the side. Really annoying. So coming in at number 3 on my list is going to be this satin chrome trim that basically goes around where the gauge cluster is. At first glance, you look at it and you're like, okay, it just looks like some satin chrome trim, like whatever. However, there are certain parts of the day when the sun hits it just right, or wrong, I guess you would say, to where it glares on your windshield, and seeing out of the car is a real pain, and it's really annoying. So if that was like a flat black or some other color that wasn't chrome, I think it'd be fine. But it's just really annoying when you're trying to see out of the car and you just see a big chrome strip in your windshield. So I don't know. Number 4 on my list is something I have once again fixed. However, it was something that was very annoying from the factory, and that was part of the NDP Exhaust. Basically, the NDP Exhaust is you have a quiet mode and a loud mode. The quiet mode uses these valves to close off the exhaust to be quieter. Problem is, those valves will rattle in your exhaust system, so when you put it in the quiet mode, the exhaust is pretty quiet, but you just hear a constant rattling noise. And it's not something that just happened to my car, it is something that happens to almost every NDP Exhaust Camaro. You're welcome to look up that issue on forums and YouTube or whatever, and you'll find plenty of topics about it. But to kind of counteract that problem, what I ended up doing was I ended up pulling the fuse in the fuse box to basically leave those valves open 24/7. So now my valves are just always open, and it doesn't, go through that big bathtub looking muffler. So my exhaust is now loud 24/7. I don't have any rattling noise. Kind of the best of both worlds there, but I still wish the exhaust was louder even in its loudest setting. Coming in at number 5 is going to be just how small the opening of the trunk is. So I don't have a problem with the trunk space itself. What I have a problem with is just how small this opening is. I mean, for example, when I bought these taillights, they came in a giant box. I couldn't even fit the box in the trunk. I had to put them in the back seat. So for demonstration, I got up my set of golf clubs here, and I've taken my driver and my 3-wood out. So now I sit here and fit these in. They fit, but barely. You have to take your driver and your 3-wood out, and my bag is a relatively, average size one. So the trunk space is pretty plentiful. I won't lie. It's actually not bad. Trunk opening, not good. Also, while on the topic of storage space, coming over here to the door, you have a very small pocket which you can't fit hardly anything into. That's more of a handle, not really even a storage compartment. Now moving on to the center console, which once again might as well be non-existent. I mean, you can barely fit like a pack of gum in here, or in my case, some needle nose pliers and a garage door opener. But, really no place to put stuff. I mean, you have a normal sized glove box, which I guess is nice, and you have a back seat, which you can put stuff such as your helmet. But as a general statement, there is not much storage space in this car. There's not really a place to put your phone or keys aside from the cup holders. So that part kind of sucks. The number 6 thing I hate about this car is just how long these doors are. So right here we have a Mustang parked about an equal distance as like a normal parking spot would be. So the door is basically at its first little notch, and you know, this is typically how it is in a parking situation. So for me to get out of the car, I have to pretty much like bring my leg up like this, which is not comfortable at all, and then kind of wiggle my way out of here. And that's how I get out of the car. Now getting in is just as bad. So I walk over here. It doesn't help that the bolsters on these Recaro seats are so aggressive, but pretty much I have to sit in like this and then bring my leg up again, and now we can go for a drive. It's just really a pain how long these doors are. I mean, they're some of the longest doors I've ever seen. Coming in at number 7 on my list is going to be this damn electronic parking brake. It's one of those things where I guess it's just more satisfying to have a mechanical one where, you know, typically you just pull the little lever, or in Dodge's case, you push the pedal. But this one, you just flip a little switch, and it's just, I don't know, I guess I haven't got fully on board with trusting it. And it's also weird when you park and you have your foot on the brake and you set it, you have to wait like 4 to 5 seconds for it to actually set. So it's just one of those things that's not exactly super convenient, and I would just rather have, you know, a mechanical parking brake somewhere that I can, you know, fully trust myself on, rather than some, rather than some electronic computers. Coming in at number 8, last but not least, is going to be just how bad the brake dust is. Now granted, I have 6-piston Brembo brakes, but even the base SS with the 4-piston Brembos has a ton of brake dust. Now just to show you, I mean, I washed the car yesterday, and that is the difference of brake dust versus no brake dust. So it's pretty ridiculous. Granted, I could get some different brake pads that would produce less brake dust, but I've also heard they don't stop as well. So it's kind of a, you know, a double-edged sword. Do you want to brake well, or do you not want brake dust? It's, you know, just one of those things that's kind of annoying. Well guys, there you have it. 8 things I hate about my 2017 Chevrolet Camaro. Once again, like I said at the beginning of this video, I absolutely love this car. There's just a few features and things that I, you know, dislike about it, as I've mentioned in the video. If you have not already, please go check out the 7 things I love about this car, because there are some really great points that I do love about this car. The pros definitely outweigh the cons. Go ahead and drop me a comment about what kind of car do you drive and what are some things that you hate about it. It's really interesting to hear feedback from all of you guys. So as always, thank you guys for watching the video. I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.